you're only allowed to take each sub-weapon once. So it really comes down to, like, which sub-weapon do you want to use against which boss. And I got to taking the bat form against that boss. Because flying just lets you dodge his attacks nice and easy. But it's like, if you're killing him so quick with Gibble's bats anyway... Let's not screw with this guy. Taking a couple hits is not a big deal. I could speed that up and just leave those guys alone, but... You know, we can Zangetsu this fool. There you go. Don't use Zangetsu very much. It's too bad. It's actually not true. There's a gameplay mode where you play as only Zangetsu. Every time you meet one of your allies, you have a choice to... You can do one of three things. You can either talk to them, which recruits them, which is what I've been doing for this playthrough. You can... walk right by them, which doesn't recruit them, which is kind of like a really super hard mode. And if you do that after the first level, the game is like, hey, you didn't recruit your guy, maybe you should go back and replay that level and recruit her, because the game's going to be really hard if you don't do that. Or you can kill them, because Zangetsu is a demon hunter, and he doesn't like people who use, I guess the game calls them shard binders in the lore, because everything's got to have a stupid title, I guess, in anime fantasy games. But basically, he doesn't like anything to do with demons or magic users or any of that nonsense. And because all of these characters are either demons or magic users or some semblance of nonsense, can she make this jump? She can. And then there's rats. Can Zangetsu help with the rats? That one on the ceiling Miriam can get. I think the next one's on the floor, though. Hold on, we might take a hit here. You know, I'm going to switch to Gibble in case I do take a hit. Whoop! Alright. So yeah, it's in character for Zangetsu to just murder all of these. Because, how does it shake out? Miriam is a shard binder, which means she's like... She has, like, demons tattooed on her body or something. I forget how it works. Gibble is... I think he's... Because he's just Alucard, I think he's just actually a demon. Oh! Maybe I'll take this one up just because it's right here. I just don't want to get axed. And then Alfred is an alchemist, which means he uses, like, demon-infused magic in his potions and concoctions and things. And I always take damage in this room. So we're going to switch to Zangetsu just because he's got a health meter that I'm not going to use in this level otherwise. Watch, I'm going to get through it perfectly now. It's going to be a flawless room. Yup, flawless room. I could not have done that during my test play if you had paid me. And all I kept doing was ending up with less health with Miriam or Gibble. So yeah, it's in character for Zangetsu to just, when he comes across these, like, demon magic-using people, just to cut their heads off. And if you do that, each one gives Zangetsu, like, a new power. Miriam, instead of recruiting Miriam, you can give Zangetsu a double jump. And then instead of recruiting Alfred, you can give his sword, like, a bigger slash arc. And then instead of recruiting Gibble, he gets a dash move. And combining all these things, he makes him feel more like a secondary Igavania character, honestly. He feels like a Richter Belmont or a Julius or something. And it's a totally different way to play the game. It's a little harder because you have fewer sub-weapons, and obviously with only one character, you have way fewer lives. But that aside, it's a totally cool way to play the game, and I love that there's kind of a secondary gameplay mode kind of hidden inside of the main gameplay. And then there's two other ways to play through the game, which we will see as we go. Whoops, I forgot he threw his hammer at me. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that. Okay, hold on. We have to be very careful now, because I don't have my right sub-weapon here. An axe. That's not going to help us. You know what? We're just going to gibble this fight. I wanted Kunai for this fight, who's an amazing fight. I love this boss fight. I love this character design, and I'm pretty sure this boss, there's going to be a version of her in Ritual of the Night. I expect all of these bosses will be in Ritual of the Night somehow, but... So we need to just get up here. And yeah, if I had Kunai, I could hit her from the ground. But I don't, because I suck at this game. Oh, good, I landed on an umbrella. That's fine. Yeah, you want to be above for the first attack, and then below an umbrella for the second attack, is how it goes. So we'll just hang out right here. And the blood rain will not get us. Okay, and then she's going to start this whole costume party over again. Okay, so we need to get all the way over here for a desperation move. We need all the umbrellas on our side. We got time to get them all. No, the third umbrella! Oh, no. Oh, it'll come back. Okay. Whew! That was close. You gotta be standing on that third umbrella and whip her crazy blood cyclone face as she's barreling in towards you. But we got it. We in there. I need water. Where's my water? Ah. So a third way to play the game is to play as Zangetsu and just ignore all of the allies. So you got to play the whole game with just base Zangetsu. And ooh, this is going to help on this screen, though. That is actually a little helpful. Nice. Okay. Oh, I'm out of weapon energy, though. Okay, so we're going to... Hooah! Okay, we got him. We're good. Yeah, if you play the game with just base Zangetsu with no allies and... or no anything... How do I do this room? Here, let's get rid of this guy. That's all the kunais I have, though. Oh, yeah, I could have... probably couldn't have flown up there. How did I do this room before? Maybe just jump in between the axes like that? Yeah, you know what? That works fine. Whoop, 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 whoop. We gotta do that again now. Okay, cool. Enemies do not respawn in this game if you scroll them off screen. Thank goodness. Once you kill an enemy on a screen, it stays dead. Until you die, actually. Even if you leave the screen and come back, the enemy does not respawn. And then this is our armor upgrade, which you can't get as base Zangetsu because he can't jump that high. If you take the characters, Miriam can jump up. If you kill Miriam, Zangetsu can double jump up. But if you just go with base Zangetsu, you don't get any of the upgrades, I don't think. And that really makes the game feel much more like an old-school Castlevania game, because you've got this character with a very carefully measured jump height, very few sub-weapons. Yeah, it feels very much more like Castlevania 1 with just Simon. And I don't like that experience. Completing the game like that isn't a lot of fun, but I'm glad that experience exists in the game for people who do want it. You know what I mean? Like, some people are going to want that game mode and enjoy playing it. And more power to them. I'm glad they have it. And then there's a fourth game mode, which I'm not going to spoil because I will be doing it in this Let's Play when we get there. Dun dun dun! And then there's the boss rush, which I've mentioned. So there's a lot of bang for your buck in this game. You're going to be playing this game a long time. Oh, I didn't see the frog. Paying too much attention to this joker. Let's not make that mistake again. One more frog? Yep. Okay. Oh, we are going to need an axe for one screen in this level. But I think there's an axe on the screen where I need it. So I think it's fine. But we definitely want kunai here to take care of these candles before we get going. So the game is super forgiving, but there are built-in, very logical ways to make it more difficult if that's what you want. And I think that's important if you're making an old-school Castlevania game, because there is an element of the fan base who are going to want the bitch-hard, bad controls version of Castlevania. And that's what solo Zangetsu with no upgrades essentially is. Personally, I like this mode. I like just getting the characters. I like having all the sub-weapon options available. Like switching back and forth. It effectively kind of triples. It doesn't quite quintuple, or quite quadruple, rather, your life, because you see each character has a different amount of life. But yeah, super forgiving. It's easy to learn the levels in this game because you have so many chances. You can die more than 40 times before you're actually for real dead. And if that's not enough, I'm on veteran difficulty. There is a difficulty mode where it's called casual difficulties, where I think it just gives you infinite lives. You just have all the lives you could ever possibly want or need. So we're going to freeze this jabroni. We're going to jump on his back and then break this wall with my big old axe. That's a boss-killing weapon there, boy. Her axe, that does a lot of damage. I think the way to get the most damage in a single hit is to use Alfred's freeze to freeze a boss, and then hit it with Miriam's axe. I think is the most damage you can get out of a single hit. It can be tricky to set that up, though. So now that we've killed that guy, we can safely fly up here. In 2 of my test plays, I was flying over there and got hit by that dork. And if that happens, you're a little bit out of luck. Let's just take this guy down. Why not? It's fun. It's fun to jump on his head. Oh, you know what? There's a secret room over here. And I like this secret room because it got this cool globe in it. I expect a lot of the locations in this game will come, and like monsters and boss fights and things, I expect a lot of it will come back in Ritual of the Moon. That's my expectation. I know some of like the music tracks and stuff, for sure, they have versions in Ritual of the Moon. Excuse you, I was looking for that bag of money, thank you. But yeah, I expect the same as of the boss fights and things. You know what? We can use the axe against this boss. That'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Welp! I mean, we could, if we still had Miriam. But now we don't. I don't want that fire, because I want ice to these guys. I think I want fire in the next stage, but we'll probably find a fire. Let's just do this the correct way. And abuse the ice attack. Bye, Miriam. So you see, we didn't actually lose. We'll just take this fire. Oh, I don't like fighting this guy without Miriam, though. Let's use Gibble. Gibble should be okay. The actual movement shouldn't be any more difficult. It's just Miriam has a longer range on her weapon. Oh, you know what? Zangetsu can hit the guy, too. Yeah, Zangetsu has a much easier time hitting this fool. Which platform do I like today? This one over here? You got it. And then you can get right in here. One of Zangetsu's sub-weapons is just an attack boost. It doesn't, like, throw an attack out, it just makes his regular sword attacks do more damage. And in Boss Rush, that's what I like to use against this guy. Just because you can squeeze down here and get so many hits in on it. In fact, that's all it took to take this boss down. Let me listen to the sound effects here. Beautiful. No problem at all. And then we'll get Miriam back for the next level. But I think we actually need Alfred for a key point in the next stage, and then maybe at the end of the level we'll take Alfred's lightning attack out for a spin.
Shoutouts to Elisar for sponsoring this video. and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.